So I do gotta recognize, and I want to show some respect for the things that I do get. My family, Alice and my father, has lent me money and lent my roommate money on several occasions. 100 or something for him to go down to Massachusetts on a bus schedule or taxi schedule and a train. No, sorry, not taxi. It was a train. And he had to pay it back. There were times where I borrowed money and I had to pay it back. There was a time where I needed oral surgery. I mean, they waited a little too late. I was asking for a whole year, but hey, they still gave it to me, and I had to pay that back. But all these things they didn't have to do. The fact that they lend me money and I pay it back, that's more than most people will do. Now, I do got to give recognition for that. They do lend me money and I do pay it back. And I do call about it because anytime I borrow money off somebody or anything, even a plunger, it's like a cloud over my head. I cannot stop thinking about the money I owe until that cloud disappears and they're paid back. So, yes, I still want to give recognition that they lend me money and I pay it back. Now, it's nowhere enough to fix the issues I have. And the amount I spend on things like taxis to Massachusetts or to get around to work or sometimes to go and visit or try to get to Massachusetts or to try to go to Maine. Like one time I tried to take a taxi to Maine but nobody was there. The times that I do things like that cost me a fortune. And that's because I don't have any transportation. And the reason why I don't have any transportation is because I have a neurological disorder. But that's not my aunt's fault. And she was very good. And now I should stop calling her my aunt. She was like an aunt to me. I was told to call her an aunt, but she's my father's third wife. She's a family member or a friend of the family, and that married into my family. But yes, they have lent me money, and I have paid it back. And I called to make sure it's paid back, and I'm sure they're just trying to give me a break with some of it. And even though I'm spending thousands of dollars, I mean lots of money on fixing this transportation issue, on fixing my neurological issue, what most likely won't be fixed. It seems like I'm going to have to take a train or a Greyhound down to a warmer climate before I can fix this neurological disorder. And without me having documents down there to get a new ID, I'll have to make a stop in Massachusetts, and I'm probably going to lose everything. I will. Without me having a vehicle, without me having a car, without me being able to drive because of a neurological disorder, this is going to end very badly for me. But I do have to recognize that I did get in the mail some birthday $100 checks that I did not have to pay back. On my birthday and Christmas, not only did they do that, they sent my terrible roommate money too. I'm not sure why he borrows money off them without even checking with me first. That ended very badly. But they did it anyways, and that does show that they have a kind heart when it comes to small amounts of money. It does show that they'll send $100 on a birthday present or something like that. But I do have to recognize that that's very nice. Now, it's not like I don't send things back. I obviously buy things and send it back, and I don't quite tell them how much it cost. I want to make sure that it's just a gift I send back. But they do send money like Christmas and on my birthday that I don't have to pay back, $100 checks. As well as when I had to borrow money for surgery, it took a year of begging on my hands and knees. It took me having to cure this problem on my own and then go to rehab, but they still did it. And then I had to pay it back. But still, the fact they lent me the money in the first place does show that they're on the right track. It shows that they have some type of a heart. And I should definitely show respect or show that they did this. I mean, yes, they have sent me money in the past. My father growing up did buy me toys, Xboxes. He did spend like a lot of money to have me put in a program in New Mexico where I got abused. He did spend money on different types of programs and different types of these places So they do spend money on me, as well as they spend money on braces and a Herbst appliance that moves my jaw forward. Now, there is a problem with that one where my jaw is having problems, and now I might have to find a way to fix that on my own. And that's going to be, most likely, it's not going to work out well for me, especially with this neurological disorder. But hey, they did something, and that's more than some people can say. I mean, then again, I can't quite. I mean, I have a neurological disorder that's killing me, and oh, I know that's a serious problem that needs to be addressed. And after 25 years, my father still hasn't addressed that problem. He's done nothing about that neurological disorder. But that doesn't make what he has done any lesser. He has done some things with his money to help me. Not in the neurological disorder, not in my physical health, not with my coordination issue, none of those. The only thing I remember him doing about this coordination issue or my neurological disorder is he allowed his wife to put me in ballet, tap dancing, and some type of gymnastics, only girl sports. I'm not sure why my mother was so crazy that she wanted to turn me gay, but it was very clear that she was doing weird and unusual things to me. But that doesn't say that my father doesn't have a good heart. He does spend his money to try to help people. He does donate money to charities at the church. He does once in a while send me a check on my birthday and Christmas. If I beg on my hands and knees on the phone, crying, he will try to get me surgery after a year of me begging. But he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have